All right. In order not to waste the time, and I better not to use the PowerPoint, and I hope the proceeding will give you something about. In yesterday, there are distinguished speakers addressed a lot on systems, data management, HRD investment, merchandiser training, know your customer, etc., etc. And also, I reviewed the extract from the colleagues that last evening I made some change in my presentation in order not to duplicate the material. And since my background, I would like to share my experience in Hong Kong and China. If I talk something for India, I don't think I'm not in such capacity. But for China and Hong Kong, I could be in the position to talk on that. And also yesterday, one of the speakers saying, competing with Li and Feng. How Li and Feng works? Maybe I can give you some of my knowledge. All right. Yesterday, Paul addressed in his first presentation, say, in the garment industry, in the apparel industry, what we are making. He said, we make profit. We make profit. In fact, my presentation also with the title called, Where is the Profit? Where's the profit? Because in running business, what we need to be profitable. If we can't be profitable, we can't be sustained in the market. No more to be faded out, to be take place by the others. It's from time to time, people saying that, in garment industry, our lead time is long. Let us think, how long is the time in manufacturing? How long is the time for the others activities? Yesterday, Paul addressed that 15 minutes jeans, 15 minutes jeans. That means a worker working for 8 hours, he can or she can produce 32 pieces of jeans. If your factory with 100 sewing workers, that means you can produce 3,200. Rather good. In one day, 8 hours, 3,200, sorry. But for the preparation work or development, how long? From the initiation, from the prototype till cutting, how long it will be? It takes a month, 2 months, 3 months, or maybe even more, even more. Let us think also yesterday on the e-fitting. We addressed, okay, we should make the sample approval at once. Let us think, how about our hitting rate for the first sample submitted and get approval? 50%, 60% of them get approved at first instance, or 100%. How about the average in your factory, in your company? 100%. 50? That means 50% to be rejected, and we do it. We do it. But let us think, whenever your buyer initiate the program, the collection, they already have the date when the merchandise in the retail shop. If your sample need to be approved once, twice, or even more, that means it jeopardizes majority of the activities, the time of other activities. For apparel manufacturing, sample, prototype sample, once you get approval, maybe you can get the order. You get the order, then you need to order the piece goods or the yarn or whatsoever, all kind of material. It takes time. So how is your sample get approved? But it's only what I address, prototypes. How about the others? Pre-production samples, etc., etc. So in here, don't say your client, your buyers are so unreasonable. But let's think back. How well are we doing? How well are we doing? But it's not only the manufacturer side. Let us think. How about our merchandiser? Because in this session is a merchandising. How about our merchandising? Our merchandisers, how knowledgeable they are. Yesterday, one of the speakers addressed that in the meeting, over 100 of attendees, he asked, how many of you have been trained as a merchandiser? What was the answer? Nobody raised their hand. Yes, yesterday it was said in this way. So, how about our merchandiser training? Now, for this, I can share how Lee and Fong trained their merchandiser. Because I was in education institution, I have been involved in such program. Now, for Lee and Fong, they invest a lot in merchandisers training. The first program, which is the freshman, no matter you are the graduate from any college, once you join Lee and Fong, you need to take the freshman training. That is a 1-year training from raw material till shipping. That means for 1 year, every weekend, those freshmen need to take the training on Saturday for a whole day. No matter you get your master in MIT or you get your bachelor in any university, you are a freshman. You need to train again. Now, this is the first one. They train on very, very basic, very, very basic. Then afterward, they have another type of training called on-the-job training. The on-the-job training, there are 3 levels, 3 tiers. 1, fundamental. 2, expert. 3, executive. Fundamental, that means for those in the junior level, they be trained. But for this one, which does not like the freshman training, it's on a module basis. What's the meaning of module basis? If you are in the area in knitting, you take the knitting modules. If you are in the woven area, you take the woven module. That's the first priority. After this, these are compulsory. After this, they can choose some more modules. Say, I have an interest in woven garment. Okay, I learn woven garment. I have interest in the others. Okay, as long as it is allowed, then they can get such kind of fundamental training. Now, for this, for each module, I can record it because I don't have all the material in hand. I can record it around 42 hours in each module. Normally conducted either at the evening after the office hour or on Saturday. This is another type of training. Then, after the fundamental training, whenever they are promoted to a senior level, let's say senior merchandiser or assistant merchandising manager, they take the expert training. Other than the product knowledge, they need to take some more knowledge in marketing, as well as leadership training, because they're the leader. So after several years, as long as they can be promoted to executive level, Then they have the executive level training. Now, this is not such kind of what we call in the classroom training, is the forum. They invite people from outside to have the interaction with those executives of Y.K.YIP. Thus, they can enrich their vision in the market. Now, that's the second type of training: fundamental, expert, and executive. And in the year of 08 to 09, they have a strategic plan. The strategic plan, at that time, in fact, I already retired from the university, but I was invited to do the planning. Relocate their product development office in New York back to Hong Kong. Back to Hong Kong. Majority of the people back to Hong Kong. What they do, they invite Hong Kong Polytechnic University to offer a program for their staff, for the existing staff, selected staff, to have a 1 year full-time training. 1 year full-time training with salary, with the payment. That's a big investment. It's a big investment. They select some of the merchandiser to attend the 1 year training, which was started in April 09, April or June 09, for 1 year. Now, during that 1 year training, the content which include not only saying what merchandising, but how to communicate, have a dialogue with the designer, to the concept of the patterns, fittings. All this, because they're in the development area, they are not being trained as a technician to sew, to make the pattern. But let's say interfacing of pattern with the fabric, with the fitting, etc. and etc. They invited PolyU to offer the training for 1 year. I was told it just completed. Now you can see, for a big company, of course, you can say Y.K.YIP is a giant, really big. However, they have the thought, invest on the training and continuous training, fundamental level, expert level, executive level. Even you're the director of a company, okay, to receive some training from outside. Of course, I'm not saying that your company need to learn from that. However, you have the concept, how your people to get more knowledge from the market, because market is moving. Okay, for the merchandiser, they be knowledgeable? But the knowledge is not only in, say, to merchandise. I always address that. I don't know whether you agree or not. Merchandiser taking an order, just like a luxury, from zero, nothing, till you get the product, ship out to your customer. That's your baby. How you take care of your baby? I think everyone's saying, okay, I will take care of my baby. But for the order, do you? Just like taking care of your baby? I can tell you, to take care of your baby, you need to pay. To take care of the order, you get. You get something. You take care of order, you get something. To take care of baby, in fact, in the first 20 years, you pay a lot. How much, I don't know in India, but it's a lot in Hong Kong. Over $1 million. So, if you don't take care of your order, then the rest will be a problem. Also, I can share one of the experience. It's a jeans factory in China. That jeans factory has been established for over 30 years. Very famous in making men's jeans. One day, one of their buyers saying that, okay, you're so well in making jeans, but I have some order in ladies' jeans. Will you try? Of course, the boss say, okay, thank you very much. I would like to take that orders. Then, with the proto sample. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5, even after 5 times, the prototype sample cannot be get approval. That the boss say, how come? My pattern cutter, my sample maker, all are the expert in making jeans. But how come it can't get approval? But the counterside, the customer never tell them what's wrong. Just say, doesn't fit. Do you know what is this? I think you are the expert. You know this already. Because the man's figure, female figure, and the male figure, which is different. That guy has been in the jeans for 30 years for men's jeans. It does not mean that he can be the expert in ladies' jeans. Are different figures. I must admit it. Even for our people, whether they have been trained. If they haven't been trained, they're not ready for it. Then everything could be say finished. It finished at the first instance. Not the bell.
May I request everybody to switch off their mobile phones?
All right. Saying China. People say in China with cheap labor costs. I can share some of my knowledge. In the year of 2010, in Guangdong province, which is just north of Hong Kong, the minimum labor cost for the first-tier cities, that's like Guangzhou, Shenzhen, these are big cities, which is about 6.3 RMB, renminbi, which is around $0.93 per hour. $0.93 per hour. On 8 hours a day, there's around $7.6 US per day. I don't know how can you compare with India. But this only on normal working day, normal working hour. If overtime work during the weekday, which is to be 50% on top. Now that's a mandatory, 50% on top. On weekend, 100% on top. If on statutory holiday, 200% on top of the basic salary. China, which is different from other countries. Those sewing workers, they are from different provinces, far away. Their intention to stay there in the factory for about 3 to 5 years, and back home to build their house and get married. So they dare to work overtime, to work on Sunday in order to get more money. Since they have the mandatory salary, the efficiency is not easy to get to a high efficiency. Why? Even I'm on 60% efficiency, I still get the mandatory. Or even sometimes because of the production planning is not good, in the first half of the month, cannot get the bonus, then they slow down. They slow down. Because no matter how I get this, I can get such salary. But this is a mandatory, only for the lower class, non-skillful workers. But for those sewing workers, we can't consider they are the non-skillful worker, non-skilled worker. They're a semi-skilled or maybe skilled worker. The market price is higher than the mandatory. Also, China has one potential problem, is getting less and less youngsters in the manufacturing industry. So people saying that China, in fact, for the textile and apparel business, it will decline in the export. For domestic market, could be for some sort of growth, but for the export, will get lower. Also, because of the currency problem with United States, still not yet settled. I think for a long term, maybe in a couple of years, will not be settled in a couple of years. So that could be some potential. I can share this with you. All right. Now, in making profit, of course, we can't ignore the causes. Some of the causes which are tangible, we can see material costs, direct material, we know that. Yesterday, we have done waste management. Everyone knows that. I don't want to duplicate it. And the efficiency of worker, China have the potential problem already. But don't forget our merchandiser. Whether our merchandisers' quality performance are at your acceptable level. Do they make mistakes from time to time? Don't forget, if they make one mistake, then maybe the whole order will be in trouble. If I can recall last year, also in here, I addressed one case that for the ski wear. The people forget the water repellent. When placed the order, forget to address water repellent, then afterward, the testing report failed. Need to do a lot of work because ski wear need to have the water repellent. So the knowledge of the merchandiser is necessary, and also whether they make mistake, whether they overlook something. Even the buyer does not address it. Do they possess such perceived quality perception? If not, Li and Feng could be a good example to train. In your other hand, can you train your people? All right. Before I conclude my presentation, I think that's the time. Okay. We have a lot of tools in the market. Workshop management, etc., etc. What I always think that, now, I do not resist those advanced tools, as long as I've been in the educational institution. But we need to have the people. We need to have the people. Are our people doing the work properly? Whether they have overlooked something, whether they can communicate with their supplier properly. As my experience in this couple of years, because I'm still doing some freelance work about a couple of days per week, is from time to time to find the merchandiser, they overlook something. When they place the order for material, when they prepare their manufacturing order to their production line, from time to time, something missing. From time to time, something overlooked. From time to time, some mistake. If the suppliers, the vendors, the production line follow this wrong information, everything will be like a mess. Therefore, merchandising, I also regard it as an information center in our apparel business. All the information are gathered there. If any information disseminated wrongly, outdated, then the business will be damaged. So I think I end up at here. I'm sorry that the material, I don't know what's about computer, but I will make this my address to OGTC this week. Then hope they can distribute to you. Okay? Thank you.